iorad, I can capture all these screens, take a little step back, look at that library, and then start to bolt them together, maybe in an e-learning course or something similar. And yeah, really produce a learning journey that has relatively low cognitive strain on our learners. And if we can do that, the truth is they will actually take in more from those screens and learn more and deploy that knowledge quicker back in the workplace. So with my background, I've used a whole range of software, the traditional, the Articulate suites, the Adapts, Evolves, and all of that. And going right back to the noughties is where I originally cut my teeth on these simulation screen recorders. And that was with a piece of software called uPerform. And that eventually became part of the SAP productivity pack, which some people might have heard of. And now, back then, that software was in its infancy, and you could only get it from the big suppliers like SAP. And by gum, was it expensive? I think about 150K, and then you had the server stack on top of that. So very expensive, but back then I could see the incredible power of it. And then more recently, I got handed a project to make a lot of training that was going to be screen and process heavy. It was for a point of sale system called Aloha. And I thought to myself, well, where's the market at now? What's available now that was like that old piece of software that I used to use? Because I had a very good feeling that if I could find the right piece of software, I could create something really quite powerful for that rollout. But more recently, I've been working with a client, and we discovered that some of their key guides, their step-by-step documents, simply didn't exist. So I've used iorad to sit down with the SME and capture their knowledge in real time straight into iorad. So I can then go through a very quick capture process, edit process, get those back out to the SME and the business, and suddenly they're seeing the power, and we've captured what that business had missing before. It really proves the power of iorad. And the other thing I was going to say about that, I have also trained subject matter experts to use iorad, and then in that situation, either me, the developer, or a training team can act as curators or editors, and suddenly you've got this wealth of information coming in from your SMEs. You curate, give it a polish, whatever you need to do with it, and get it back out there very, very quickly. That's powerful, and your SMEs suddenly become champions for it as well. Yeah, the first one that comes to mind was again that point of sale system training, and they brought in some POS consultants who'd rolled out many of those till systems to many different types of sales businesses. And those guys, bless them, they turned around to me and they said it was the most succinct, complete piece of POS training that they'd ever seen. And they even went as far to expect it to reduce buddy time, shoulder to shoulder, shop floor time by up to tenfold. That's incredible. Then I suppose from that learner's design point of view, they went on to say, oh yeah, we reckon that people will be able to practice and get to grips with the more difficult parts and the more quirky parts of this system much quicker. Now, of course, to me, what that's saying is all the simple stuff, the bread and butter stuff, they're going to fly through. And so, winner all day long on that.